Okay, guys, my face will pop up in a minute, as I'm sure y'all have seen with my last videos if you've seen them. But I'm gonna have to really pick up the pace on this video because so far I've done like 3 videos reviewing my 200 best American-made movies of all time list, and I've only gotten through 24 so far, and these have all been 10 minutes movies, so I've wasted pretty much 30 minutes of my time. And there's my face there. So you can see how laggy the software, recording software is, and it makes my voice sound like it's coming out of a 1980s science fiction horror pic. Anyway, so I've reviewed 24 movies so far, with Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs being my highest animated film, at ranked 24th. On AFI's 2007 list, I think they've got it ranked 37th or 34th. I know it jumped like 15 places from 49th to like 34th or whatever between 98 and 2007. I did it even more justice and ranked it like 10 places higher on my list. So I ranked it 24. 25, we've got The Graduate from 1967, starring Dustin Hoffman. I think it's not Ann Baxter, but I think it's Anne Bancroft. Great movie. I think a lot of people remember it actually for the songs that it came out, which are even more famous than the movie itself, and arguably. Simon and Garfunkel's Mrs. Robinson and Bridge Over Troubled Water. So I've got it ranked 25th on my list. It was actually in the 98 AFI list. It was actually ranked number 7th, if I'm not mistaken. So it's really dropped quite a bit. I think it's still in the top 10, if I'm not mistaken, on their revised list. But it's kind of contemporary critics have kind of fallen out a little bit. According to Wikipedia, that's all I'm basing that on. Which, as you can tell, it's monopoly controlled by the elitist editors there, who exclude the newbies, so to speak. It's really a war scene, but I'm not going to get into all that right now. So The Graduate from 1967, I've got it ranked 25th. 26, Double Indemnity from 1944, starring Fred McMurray, Edward G. Robinson, and Barbara Stanwyck, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's Barbara Stanwyck, yeah. So, another movie a lot of people don't know about. Definitely McMurray's and Robinson's greatest films, in my opinion. It's an amazing film, and it jumped like 9 places from AFI's 98 to 2007 list, which it should have. It's a great film. It really doesn't fall out of fashion or style, and I've got it ranked even higher on my list than they did on theirs. Here's a bit of a surprise, not as much as Boyhood being ranked 23rd, but number 27, I've got from, I think it's D.W. Griffith, or maybe not, but Intolerance from 1916. Yes, you heard that right, 1916. Most kids these days probably didn't even realize movies were being made by then. Or some would say they didn't start making movies till the 90s or whatever. What are you gonna say? It takes time to reform people. But so Intolerance is from 1916. There's a big story into this movie and to its predecessor. What was that movie called? Anyway, it was about kind of glorifying the KKK and stuff. So this movie was apparently made as a response to that, to his critics and whatever. Arguably, it's the greatest silent film of all time. Arguably one of the greatest films, period, of all time. But AFI ranked it only about 49th or 50th, something like that, on its 2007 list, after the one ranked in the previous one. I did it a lot of justice, and I moved it up quite a few, like 20 spots further, and I've got in my top 30 at number 27. But still don't, I think, surpass City Lights or The General. So 28, Some Like It Hot from 1959. Uh, this is a film that was kind of controversial on its release, even though it was a big box office success. It stars, I'm trying to remember, Marilyn Manson. Was it Jack Lemmon? Yeah, I think it was Jack Lemmon. And was it Walter Matthau? It was directed by Billy Wilder. Arguably, I think he's in my top. I'm going to have to make a list of the 10 best directors, American directors of all time. He's definitely in the top 5, I think, in my list. Especially when directing comedy, but he's done a lot of dramas too. So, Some Like It Hot, a film about these guys that have to become like cross-dressers and join this women's club and whatever. It was really controversial, as you can tell at that time, because cross-dressing and transsexuals and even gays today face a lot of prosecution and persecution. I guess some face prosecution, but so it's really a coming-of-age film, I guess. Number 29, The Godfather Part 2, Part Dos, from 1974. So it came out 2 years after the original. Most sequels of films don't compare to the originals. However, this movie does. Even though in this Watch Mojo list they showed a silly clip of it, some guy dying, this film deserves a lot of justice. And I've got it ranked higher on my list than AFI's list, which is saying something. So, Godfather Part 2 is 29th. 30th, we've got another Humphrey Bogart film, The Maltese Falcon. Very suspenseful tale, kind of with elements of film noir, from 1941. Again, one of his best films, Bogies. And, all of his films I've enjoyed, but if you look, this is really good to see. If you look at Wikipedia, you'll see maybe 4 or 5 films of his, and you won't see any others in the top list, in the top, whatever they call it, preface. So, getting it out there. Number 31 is another film that's really more British in nature. The Bridge on the River Kwai. I think that's how you pronounce it. Kwai. From 1957, epic film. It was in the top 10. I think it was in the top 10, or maybe it was 13th on the 98 AFI list. And for some reason, it dropped 23 places to 36 on their revised list in 2007. Starring William Holden and some other great players. This was one movie I've seen like 10 times as a child growing up. Really made a big impact on me, and yeah, it's a great film. I did drop it quite a bit from 13th, but it is higher than 36 on my list, so I'm giving it credit. 32 is High Noon, so arguably one of the greatest westerns after The Searchers of all time. This was from 1952. It did not star John Wayne. I think it starred Gary Cooper. But this is another kind of mistake I made. I was going to rank High Noon in the 20s for sure, but I simply forgot about it, honestly, until it was too late, and I didn't want to have to take hours rearranging the films. So I just placed it at 32, which is still pretty high. From 33, we've got E.T. Extraterrestrial from 1982, Steven Spielberg film. It's a movie I saw quite a bit as a kid. Really exceptional piece of cinema that's really timeless, if you ask me. So I've got it ranked 33rd, while on AFI's list they had it ranked like 21st. So I dropped it down a little bit, but look at all the films above it. It's really hard to make an argument there. Number 34, I've got another one of the best westerns of all time, Shane, from 1953. I just saw this recently. It really made a big impact on me. But I'm going to have to stop this portion of the list now, guys. In the next video, I'll try to pick up the pace even more. I'll see you.